Oops. We don't want that. Hold on.
Oh no!
Not what I needed. Awesome. Okay. Let me go ahead and make my posts before I forgore. Who the heck likes to forgore? He likes to forgore. I need the link to the stream. Here we go. Okay. I guess we're good now. I can start. My stream is pretty stable. It's about as stable as it's gonna get. Um, and all the fun stuff. So let's go ahead and switch over to this screen. My phone is really far away. I don't feel like getting up. If you're somebody important and you messaged me, tell me in chat. I will get up and go get my phone. I'm not doing it right now though. So I guess we should start at the start. Um which for some people, especially like people that subscribed to my channel, um that question is where have I been? And the short answer is a hole. I hate to put it that way, but like I ended up like just being in a hole, just not having the energy or the stamina to really do anything else but exist in the moment. Um that being said, I have had a lot of videos that I really want to make, and a lot of videos that I started to make and started to edit, and just I couldn't bring myself to finish those things. I couldn't genuinely be present in the moment the way that my audience on YouTube deserves. Um I made a video, I made the tutorial on how to draw through the figure. I made the video on how to, how I feel about, uh, what's that word? What's the thing? How I feel about like influencer types, uh, as like quote unquote artists. I've made tons of videos, and I've made tons of statements in my videos and stuff like that, but I haven't had it in me to push any further than that, than like the recording and beginnings of the editing process and stuff like that. And that's about where I landed. And that was months ago, or a month or two ago. I don't know how else to put that. But I I ended up taking like this impromptu hiatus just for my mental health, I guess, because at a certain point I did end up running out of my medication, and the pharmacy told me that it would be $300 to get my medication again. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'll cold turkey it. I'll be fine. Obviously, I was not fine, and obviously, I am still not fine. Um, I am genuinely struggling. I'm not having a good time. Um, and that's not like a plea for like, please donate or please commission me, or any help is appreciated, because I really don't want that. I don't want people to feel obligated in any way to giving me their money simply because I don't have my mental illness medication. Um, I haven't been deemed a danger to myself or others at this point, so I'm not worried about it. Um, Not that that's even a possibility, but for those that think it might be, nowhere near that. So I guess that's the first two things. Uh, Another thing is my current neighbors are incredibly loud. And they have done nothing but make living in my current complex very, very difficult. Um, so I have nothing nice to say about them. I hate to put it that way, but I don't. I don't have anything nice to say about them in any way. Um, their kids have destroyed me and my mother's property, and um, there's so much more, but I can't, and I do not want to go into details. Um, so recording has to be done at very, very late hours to very early hours, just so that I can get the silence that I need to record. Um, so it makes it very hard for that to be a thing. Um, what else? Oh yeah, vocal tick. Saying every couple of words has come back. I worked very hard to get that gone, and now it's back because I'm stressed out and very anxious. So that's back. Worked very hard to alleviate myself of that, so that when I record, I don't have to do a whole lot of minute editing of just taking out my vocal stuff. Um, Shit. On top of that, I have also taken on a lot of projects. I'm still working on those commissions. I'm on the very last three or four. I have to email the last four that I did, but I'm on the last three or four, and the very last one is a very large one. So that's where that is and how that's going. I decided like it was worth it to join a art contest. Somebody really wants my attention on Discord. I'll look at that in a second. Um, I decided to join an art contest, the Global Comic Awards art contest sponsored by Clip Studio Paint and Tapas. I joined that because I was like, it'd be fun to win it. I really the money would be nice. But but if anything, like my real incentive to join it was the 3 free years of Clip Studio on any device. That was my main incentive because I really would like to have it back on my iPad, but I'm not paying them 70 something dollars a year just for their program when I own it on my computer. Um, I also have a slot for a zine for the game Psychonauts. One of my favorite games, if you didn't know. I try to play uh, Psychonauts 1 every year for my birthday. I didn't stream it last year, but I did play it on my PlayStation. I might stream it this year. I don't know. If that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know in the comments. I will keep it in mind if I'm not busy moving. And that is a perfect segue into the next topic. I'm moving. Or at least we hope to be moving. Me and my family are very tired of Florida and the government here and the very upsetting, just I don't even know how to phrase it. The attitude here is just very disgusting, and it's not something that we want for ourselves and our lives, stuff like that. So we are planning on moving out of Florida, and hopefully we want to land in potentially Delaware. Now, before you start, there's nothing in Delaware, there's nothing there, why are you going there, blah, 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 blah. It's within our price range, and it's within our budget. The only other places that are within our price range and budget are places like the middle of Idaho or the backwoods of Arizona, places like that don't have very high populations where we can get a house within a reasonable price for us. And we don't want to go to somewhere where there's no people. Delaware has a pretty reasonable population and a very nice, a couple of very nice suburban areas and stuff like that. And the houses that we've seen fit exactly what we need, which is just something sizable that will accommodate me and my business. Jesus Christ. Anyway, me and my business, my brother and the things that he wants to do, and my mother and the things that she wants to do, as well as living, stuff like that. I have also made the decision to reopen or like reinvest myself into my my crafting of TTRPG supplies, accessories. So I am now back to making dice bags and card bags, and I am now going to be making dice trays because I really like dice trays. I've never had one before. So I made a mock one because I've been seeing a lot of people like talk about like I made a dice tray. This is how it looks. I made a dice tray out of resin. Here's how it looks. So I was like, you know what? I could probably do that, and I have all the supplies already. So let me just make these as a way to get rid of some of these supplies that I have. And it actually turned out to be a pretty good item. So I intend on making them and selling them on Etsy, which I'm going to be going back to Etsy to give it a second shot, and hoping that it will be, okay as far as that whole thing goes. It is very much one of those things that's like hit or miss for a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people now getting hit with the we're holding your funds for 180 days type thing. Um I feel like Etsy's a good starting place. But if I can get to a point where I am able to get a consistent 3 to 4 digit income from shop sales, I'll just move to Shopify. Because I do really like what Shopify offers and how they offer it. It's about $40 a month. So $40 a month from profits will go towards uh it'll go towards that. Um I've also been having a pretty hard time about just existing. Like I'm not I'm not accomplished, but I feel like I'm not accomplished. I feel like I'm failing somehow. And I know it's not true in some ways, but I also know realistically that it is true. I'm in my late 20s. I don't have a stable career, and I have no consistent income. I've seen people my age scrimp and save and struggle, and they make it. And I feel like, I guess it's a comparison thing where I'm not paying attention to who I am as a person, and I'm paying more attention to how others pushed and fought their way up the rung, I guess. Um, all I want really is to be able to say that I landed in my career field, that I went to school for. Um, and I've been hearing it a lot from a lot of different people, like, "Oh, you want to follow your dream, you want to do this." No, I put a lot of money into this. I want my money to be worth what I spent it for. I'm in a lot of debt, and I want that debt to, like, one, I want it to just go the fuck away. That'd be great. But I want the money that I spent to actually, be invested in what I spent it on. Um but yeah, that's one part of that very nuanced and very dense conversation that I would love to have with my with my therapist. But yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot going on, and I'm very tired, and I want to not be stressed, but that's not how stress works. You can't just be like, I don't want to be stressed anymore. Poof, bye. It doesn't work like that. It's very much one of those things that's like you have to work on not being stressed. You have to actually put effort into not being stressed, but the effort is what's stressing you out. So, never ending loop of bullshit. So, I just, yeah, I'm very much in a not good place mentally. I'm very worried that I'm not going to get this comic done. And I'm not doing this comic by myself, by the way, guys. I'm doing it in a as a collaborative effort with my wife. We're both working on it. It's not just me. I just feel like, I don't know, worry, anxiety, all that stuff, and I have no control over it. I think all of what I said boils down to I feel like I have no control over my life anymore, and there's nothing that I do, and um there's no amount of effort that I put into my life that will resolve the fact that I don't control my life. Um so yeah, I've been rambling for 20 minutes now. I apologize. I know you guys didn't come here to hear me like talk about my life and my problems and my worries and shit, but I feel like you guys at least deserve that kind of update. Other than that, I have a lot to say about the current climate of being an artist. And that's where I'm going to go ahead and like shift gears and like open up the project and really start getting on it. So we're going to take a quick break because my mouth is incredibly dry. Um, and when I come back, I will talk about the current climate of being an artist, especially an artist on the internet. Enjoy the music, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I had to do a lot of stuff. Um, I had to do a lot of stuff. I was gonna eat dinner really quick. Um, but that didn't happen. So, um, I just so much BS. Okay. Uh, I said I was going to talk about the current climate of being an artist online, and I am. I just, you know, I just. So, the most frustrating part about being an artist online right now is that you almost have no say in anything. Um, MasterCard and Visa are like, you can't do not safe for work on this platform anymore. No, no, no. That's not allowed. So they take the websites that we really love, like Tumblr, and they pigeonhole it. Then we all bounce from Tumblr to Twitter, and then Twitter start some a certain somebody, I'm not gonna name names, starts chewing on the wires, and then we bounce from Twitter to literally anything else. Um, Most of us move to Instagram. Then Instagram starts with the same exact thing. So now most of us leave Instagram. And that's where we are right now. Is most of us have left Instagram in order to find safe harbor somewhere else. Um, but this time, unlike when it happened with Twitter, it seems like this time a lot of people are over it. They're very tired of it, and they don't want to move from Instagram, even though there was a very clear and very direct threat to the copyright of their work. I can't talk. My bad. Allow me to rephrase. I can't speak for every artist. Um, I can only speak for myself and my feelings and how I am ingesting what's going on. Personally, I had no investment in Instagram prior to leaving Twitter. Instagram was just one of those things. It's like, oh, I definitely have that. I remember back in 2015 or 16. No, I was in freshman year of college, so 16. I I noticed that I had a problem. And this is kind of where my generalized disdain for social media came in, right? Um I noticed that instead of actually studying for my classes or doing my projects or anything like that, I would actively spend hours and hours and hours just scrolling through Instagram's explore feed. I wasn't looking at anything. I wasn't retaining any information or looking at any artwork or anything like that. I was just scrolling through. Like I would scroll, tap something. Okay. Scroll, tap something. Okay. Scroll, tap something. Okay. And I would just go on like that for a really, really long time. I mean, I was staying up, like, I would get home from class at like 9 or 10 o'clock, and then I would just spend that entire time, 9, 10 o'clock to like 5, 6, even 7 in the morning on Instagram. And it's a pitfall that you really, really don't want to fall into, because it just doesn't, it doesn't make it easy uh for your life, for your livelihood. And that conversation alone, the addiction to social media conversation alone, is a lot. And a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people don't want to say, oh yeah, no, I'm not addicted to social media, that's a. And the reality is, a lot of us are. We're addicted to social media, and we're addicted to the numbers game. Hold on, I'm gonna switch back over to my streaming layout. We're addicted to the numbers game. We're addicted to the fact that when we post something, we see the number go up, and it's like, that number equates to people. People are actually seeing my thing. And that's my roundabout way of saying that a lot of artists that put more value in their social media presence than their artwork aren't artists. At least in my opinion. They yes, at a technical level, they are artists, they create art. But when you value your numbers over your actual artwork, your genuine act of creating art, you're no longer an artist in title, you're an art influencer. You are a art influencer. You're just a social media influencer that does art. And I don't like saying that. I don't like even implying that. And this is me being nice about it. I don't like implying that anybody is not an artist, because everybody can be an artist, whether it's the written word or a visual piece. Like, anybody can be an artist. If you notice, when I said that, my frame started dropping. It's just very frustrating to hear people say, or see people say, I'm not leaving Instagram because this is where my clients are. I'm not leaving Instagram because all of my followers are here. If the only reason that you're on a platform is because your followers or client is there, it's time to reevaluate what you use that platform for. Are you using it for self-validation? Or are you using it for to promote your artwork? And I think I said this in the videos that I had mentioned earlier that I recorded. If your client's only way of getting in touch with you, like contacting you and talking to you about literally anything, if the only way that your clients are able to do that is through your social media, whether that be Twitter or Instagram or Blue Sky or literally any social media platform, then you need to reevaluate how you use those platforms. Your clients should have your email address. Your clients should have your email address and be able to email you at a moment's notice saying, hey, I would like to work with you again for such and such and such and such. And you should respond to those emails. You should respond to the fact that somebody's reaching out to you and saying, I want to work with you again via email, a professional email, not something like, oh, my frames are dropping again. Stop it. Not something like Sephiroth's main baby 78. That's not a professional email. A professional email should be your name or your business's name or the pseudonym that you go by, the professional pseudonym that you go by, and so on. My business email is my first name, or no, Sky Morris Illustrations 13. I also have a professional work email for job applications and the like, which is my first name, my last name, 13. I do not use my rinky-dink little fandom email for my professional work, and neither should you. Neither should you. That should be for you. That's private. That's personal. That's your personal email. Nobody else should have access to that. That should be the email that you're using. I'm sorry. That should be the email that you're using for, like, signing up for Steam, signing up for a social platform, making a YouTube account so that you can watch all the YouTubers that you like. Stuff like that. You shouldn't be using a personal email for professional work. And you shouldn't be using your social media as your only means of communication. And this goes for anybody at any age. I don't care how old you are. You could be 16 and taking like little $5 commissions. Make an email. Make a professional email. Making an email is free. Make a professional one and tell people that is the only way you will take work. You don't want to take work through your professional email? Set up a platform like Coffee. They have an entire system where you could set up commissions, and then all people have to do is fill it out, send you the references, and then boom, it's there. And connect that to your professional email. The only way that they reach you is through that professional email. I feel like I have been incredibly nice about this entire situation. If your excuse for staying on a platform that is actively choosing to violate your intellectual property and copyright, then at that point, and this is, I'm saying this with my whole fucking chest, at that point, you truly did not think through the fact that you can lose the right to your work, or your work can just straight up be stolen. I'm not going to say you lose the right to complain. No, you lose the right to complain, but you don't lose the right to your work. That's what I'll say. You don't lose the right to your work, but you lose the right to complain because you forfeited, you made forfeit the opportunity to get out from underneath the shit. It's literally like that moment of think of it like that moment in the Disney Hercules movie where the boulder had fallen on the two imps, right? And they tricked Hercules. So think of that boulder, right? That boulder is crushing down on your legs. And somebody is coming by, giving you the opportunity to get out from underneath that boulder. They're like, hey, I can lift this boulder up so you can leave and you can go to the hospital or you can go somewhere else and like recover. And you're looking them dead in the eye and saying, no, don't take the boulder from me. Yeah, the boulder's crushing my legs, but you know, all of my friends are sitting on top of this boulder. When in reality, if they were really your friends and if they're really your clients, they'd follow you wherever you went. I've also heard a lot of chatter among people on threads. I'm not seeing it anymore because I'll explain why I think I was seeing it in the first place towards the end of this talking section of the stream. Um, they there's been a lot of chatter about about the platform that came out um to kind of mitigate and give artists a place to be. The app, it's not an app, it's a website, and I think we need to really really understand the distinction between the two. Not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. Okay? App, website, fully different things. And we need to start moving away from apps and moving back into websites. It's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. That one, I'm just fully, I'm fully in the mindset of we need websites, not applications, because not everybody's going to have a phone forever. Not everybody's going to have an iPad forever. Those things are not made to last. They're not. They're not made to last, and they're not made to be sustainable. A computer, made to last. All right? Oh my God. Where was I? So I've heard a lot of chatter about how Kara is not, it's not a social platform, it's an artist only platform. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. If you've never even touched the website, or you've never even circled towards it, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. How would you know? You haven't touched it yet. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the things that I'm hearing people, especially people on threads, say about Kara and about how it functions is a lot of he said, she said, they said, we said, shit like that. It's not true. And you're not doing your own research. You're regurgitating something that somebody else said to you in passing because they didn't do their research. If you're an artist, you can join Kara. If you're not an artist, you can join Kara. If you want to just see an artist's page, you can go look at that artist's page. It's not locked behind a paywall. It's not privated. You can literally just go on the website and look at an artist's work if that's what you want to do. And if you're an artist and if you're smart about it, you'll link your page on your Instagram. This way, if somebody wants to see your artwork, they can click the link and then boom, it's right there. But artists that are on these social platforms are so focused on playing the algorithm game that they don't even realize that they are not a fucking robot. You're not a robot. You don't have to play a game that you know you're gonna fucking lose. Why should you have to waste your time and energy bouncing up and down trying to get the algorithm to work in your favor when you don't have to? You don't have to. If you choose to stay on Instagram, that's your choice. That is your choice entirely, and you have no one to hold accountable but you if something does happen. The only thing I can say at this point is be smart about it. Be smart about it. Understand your risks. Be smart about what you are doing and be prepared to take responsibility for that. You good? Yeah. Yeah, I know. The other thing I'll say about Kara is that Kara is like ArtStation. It's just a portfolio website that has a few social aspects to it. where you can make a text post and people can comment on that text post, or you can post a picture and you can like post a work in progress and be like, this is my work in progress for this. And it doesn't have to be added to your portfolio. It could just be a regular standard ass post. It is a very unique take on an art only platform. It is a very unique take on a platform. Give me a second, okay? No. It's a unique art only platform. But a lot of people are under this misconception and this misguided notion that art is just one thing. Kara has a text limit of 5,000 characters per post. 5,000 characters per post. Hear me again. 5,000 characters per post. Most of y'all write fanfics at 5,000 characters. Or 5,000 words, my bad. But the best thing is, if it is 5,000 characters, you can post a snippet of your fanfic or your story or your original story or your poem or anything like that. You can post a snippet of it and then link to where the full thing is. Or you can hire somebody like me that can do layout for you and do a full PDF spread of your entire story and post it just like that. You can post multiple images in one post. Post it right to your portfolio. That's all to say you're pigeonholing a platform you've never fucking been on. You jumped on Threads, even with people's worries about Threads. You can't delete your Threads account without deleting your Instagram. That's how Meta set it up. To keep you trapped in their abusive cycle. Hear me again, okay? I'm gonna bring the mic in close. Meta is keeping you trapped in their abusive cycle. Sorry. My mic stand is not as stable as I would hope for it to be. They're keeping you trapped. And that's it. It's a trap. Just like TikTok. Just like Twitter. It's a trap. And the sooner you can do the introspection to break yourself away from those traps of social media, the better you'll be for it. Now, I've spent an hour and 5 minutes straight rambling, but I have to step away for now, and I will come back and I will stream when my guest is available to stream with me. We were going to talk about these same topics anyway. If you're an artist and you're worried about your work being stolen by generative artificial intelligence, go ahead and take a look at Kara. It has built-in anti-AI systems. It has tons of artists on there. If you're just looking for some inspiration, it is a beautiful place for that. Please, please put the value of your art back on top. Okay? Put it back on top. Because your art deserves to be seen, your art deserves to be admired, and your art deserves its space. Your numbers don't mean a fucking thing. And I don't want to hear, oh, but my numbers gave me the opportunity to get sponsorships. And da, 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 da. You can get a sponsorship having less than 300 freaking followers. I've seen it. I've seen it. getting a sponsorship is all based on whether or not the company that's sponsoring you thinks you're marketable and that you can market their product. That's all. That's it. And a lot of these companies have open enrollment sponsorship type deals where you can go on their website and be like, I want to be sponsored by you, and fill out their little application, and if they say, oh yeah, you're good, here, we'll sponsor you. You don't need to have an amazing following to get sponsored. Okay? Okay. Have a good one. I might be back later. Right now, I've worked myself up into a tizzy and my internet's a little unstable, so I don't wanna push the limit too far. I know this is probably gonna get muted by YouTube anyway, so enjoy it while it lasts. Love you guys. I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your evening. Outie.